The unrest in Kazakhstan became the first global flashpoint of 2022. How did a localized march of protest over rising gas prices turn into a political upheaval that destabilized and united society? The internet, especially the media, has played an important role in the whole process of the riots, and even the possibility of external forces and religious extremists fanning the flames cannot be ruled out. This outside is widely considered to be the United States. This is mainly because from the Rose Revolution in Georgia in 2003, the Orange Revolution in Ukraine in 2004, the Tulip Revolution in Kyrgyzstan in 2005 to the more recent Maidan Square Revolution in Ukraine in 2014 and the presidential election in Belarus in 2020. All of these color revolutions have been confirmed to have been fueled by the United States. Russian President Vladimir Putin even said that he saw in the riots in Kazakhstan the pattern of the Maidan Square Revolution in Ukraine, and the Collective Security Treaty Organization member states also said that they would not allow a repeat of the color revolution. Although the US first denied that it orchestrated the riots in Kazakhstan, this does not exclude the possibility that the US and the West exploited the issue through the media and non-governmental organizations. For example, the protests were used to promote the reorganization of political forces within Kazakhstan, to cultivate and foster a more pro-Western opposition, and to transform Kazakhstan into a qualified democracy in the eyes of the United States. Interestingly, the official website of the U.S. Embassy in Kazakhstan has issued 3 security alerts beginning on December 16, 2021, reminding U.S. citizens in Kazakhstan to take increased security precautions. One of the warnings specified that the subject of the attempted rebellion, the democratic choice of Kazakhstan, was to conduct activities in specific landmark locations in Kazakhstan's 3 main cities of Nur-Sultan, Almaty, and Shymkent, as well as the alleged goals of the protests, which included calls for the resignation of the Kazakh government, while also targeting former Kazakh President Nazarbayev and current President Tokayev. And these situations are strikingly similar to what is happening in Kazakhstan. Mukhtar Ablyazov, the founder of the DCK mentioned in the early warning, has publicly called on social media to overthrow the government and establish a democratic state like the United States and Europe, just like the Ukrainians, Georgians and Armenians. The day before the protests broke out, Ablyazov also took to Facebook to tell demonstrators how to gather, what to do and how to find him, among other things. It is worth noting that the phone number Ablyazov left was from Ukraine. Social media accounts that openly incite color revolutions are also helping to spread propaganda. The almost simultaneous outbreak of armed clashes in several cities of Kazakhstan and the sudden appearance of a large number of mobs armed with guns show that the riots were not a spontaneous march of Kazakhs. In addition, the leader of the DCK, Mukhtar Ablyazov, who is in exile, is a key target of U.S. support. Some U.S.-sponsored NGOs attribute the failure of opposition groups such as the DCK to register in Kazakhstan to the country's lack of democracy. They portrayed Ablyazov as a hero and ignored the fact that he was wanted for financial fraud and money laundering. Kazakhstan has had a relatively liberal policy toward NGOs since its independence, which has resulted in a large number of Western-sponsored NGOs in the country. According to the Ministry of Information and Social Development of Kazakhstan, as of April 2020, there are 22,344 NGOs in Kazakhstan, covering various fields such as economy, culture, environmental protection, charity, and education. Some 16,426 NGOs are active, including veterans of color revolutions, such as the National Endowment for Democracy and the Soros Foundation. According to statistics, the NED's budget for 2020 activities in Kazakhstan is $1,082,991,000, twice as much as in 2018. The Soros Foundation spent about $100 million in Kazakhstan in the 15 years from 1995 to 2020. The U.S. and Western forces have long infiltrated Kazakhstan, and a large number of sponsored NGOs, media and individuals influence local public opinion by organizing various forums, publishing various polls and articles, and then subliminally influencing the ideology of Kazakhs. Such projects are also supported by the U.S.-supported Kazakhstan Journalists Association. The unrest in many countries, not just Kazakhstan, is more or less linked to U.S.-backed NGOs. These NGOs plan and organize their activities according to U.S. directives, peddle Western values and institutional models, incite social discontent, stir up civil hostility, and achieve the goal of destabilizing other countries. Therefore, we must be highly alert to these so-called non-profit institutions, foundations, etc. that are labeled as private organizations and under the banner of charity, but have government funding. They are often more covert, more deceptive, and at the same time very harmful.